Hello everyone, Josh here as always with Anime Impact, bringing you guys some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and today we're going to have a little bit of a real talk here. It's been a while since I've done a rant. I'm trying to change up how I do my rants. I'm trying to turn them more into like a positive discussion instead of me just cursing every name in the world. And I know you guys love those, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing those, but I'm going to take a different approach on today's rant video. And we're gonna go over a lot of things, so I hope you guys are, buckle down. You don't even have to watch, because we're not going to be really doing too much visuals. So if you guys just want to put me on in the background and listen, and let me know what points you agree on and disagree on in the comment section below. Be sure to join our Discord and subscribe if you're new and become an Impact player today, as always. So, with all that said, one of our points of topics today is the KC Cup. Since the KC Cup Stage 2 will be starting in literally just a few hours from the recording of this video, I thought it'd be fitting that we start today's topic off with the KC Cup. Now, as you guys know, in the KC Cup, you got to get top 500, top 600. The first time was 500, now it's 600, so on and so forth to get into the regionals, right? Well, let's talk about the whole top 500, top 600 for a minute here. Now, as you guys know, in stage 1, you got to get to dual level max if you want to take advantage of all the rewards, right? If you got, I believe, legend or higher last season, you're able to start at dual level 10, which is a really nice save point. Getting to the level 5, you won't get D-ranked out of 5. If you get to 10, you won't get D-ranked out of 10, and then 15, and then of course finally 20. And then 20, you got to win like what, 4 in a row. But if you don't win 4 in a row, you can still win 3 in a row, lose 1 and win 2, or win 2 or 3 and still rank up anyway. So that's nice. That's all good. Stage 1, I'm Gucci with. Kudos to Konami. As I say every KC Cup, Stage 1 is great. That's how I want ranked PvP to be set up. Like stage 1 KC Cup, it's just perfect. It's not too grindy. It's just the right amount, and they don't kill you so much for losing a game. You don't get completely penalized for losing one game every once in a blue moon. That's great. Kudos to Konami on that. However, stage 2 is where it becomes completely ridiculous. So, of course, in stage 1, you're going to want to win, get all the way up to 20 just to take advantage of all those gems, right? But here's stage 2's rewards, okay? Stage 2, you don't get no gems. You get gold, and you get card tickets, and you get a game mat and sleeves. That's it. To get the best bang for your buck, you're going to have to get in the rank 10 or higher. Maybe even top 100, possibly, and to really get anything worth a damn. But the problem is you're only getting SR and UR tickets of cards that we've already had as SR and UR tickets over and over and over and over some more, and then some more overs on top of that. It's literally rinse and repeat garbage. Cool, they're prismatic. Awesome. When does prismatics actually matter in this game? For farming, right? That's it. You're not going to use all those cards that you're making prismatics as farming decks, right? So it's like, is the grind worth it? Because stage 2 is the grind. Stage 1 is not the grind. Stage 1, you could knock that out in a few days if you go at it hard, maybe even less. Some people have done it day 1, day 2, right? If you have a moderately good deck, you can still get it done. Stage 2 is where everybody's out bringing their best, trying to climb, become the best in the world, even though it's supposed to be regional rankings, which we're going to get into that in a moment. You're busting your ass, no lifing for 3 days straight to get farmable cards that we've already had millions of times before. Of course, that was an exaggeration, but you guys get my point, right? That's it. Terrible. Stage 2, unless you were physically trying to get in the top, 500, 600 to get the regionals, or maybe even the top 1 or 2 to try and punch your ticket to Japan, there is literally little to no point doing stage 2. And that's the truth of the matter there, honestly. So it's like, Konami, we need more incentive to No Life Stage 2 than what you're offering us, right? But anyways, now back to the ranking part. The regionals, not the regionals, I'm sorry, the regions, the region rankings, getting in that top 5, 600. Now, why is that a problem? Here's the thing. Yes, getting in the top 500 or 600 may be a little bit challenging to a lot of you who are missing a lot of pieces to a lot of certain meta decks that are really, meta relevant right now. So it's going to be challenging for you. You're going to have to run anti-meta, as they call it, even though I still feel anti-meta is meta. Because if you're beating all the meta, then but that's another topic for another day. But nonetheless, you're going to be trying to run decks that you can try to use to compete. Some rogue decks rather. That's a better word for it, rogue decks. And that's going to be challenging enough. But here's where it gets really, really stupid. For me personally, and this is going to probably fall under a lot of you, you're playing people from other regions that are trying to get top spots in their own region, yet I'm facing them instead of only people in my region. How am I going to be top 5, 600 in North America when 99% of my matches are against people from Japan? Konami, that's stupid. I don't know what kind of matchmaking system you had set up for that, but it's not working, and it's a little bit redundant at this point, and it's a little bit dumb. Now, some people have touched on that point before, but I wanted to make this into this video and tell you guys again, make a big point of it. Like, why are we playing people in a regional competition from other regions when the point of going to the World Championships is to do that? Because remember, the KC Cup is a step ladder to eventually getting to the World Championships. 2018 World Championships, where you will then test your decks out against people from other regions that also made it to the finals. But on the step ladders to that part, you're supposed to be trying to become the best in your region. So, for example, if I'm in the North American region, I should be playing only people in this competition. We're not talking about ranked PvP. That's just random. That's a free for all for everything. But for the KC Cup Stage 2, it is a regional ranking system. I should be playing only people in my region in Stage 2. Me, my fellow Canadians, and my fellow Mexicans, and I believe maybe even Central America is also included. I'm not too sure on that. I have to go back and double check. But that's who I should be playing. People from United States, Canada, Central America, I think, and of course, Mexico. That's who I should be playing. But I'm not. I'm playing people from everywhere. Brazil, Europe, Africa, all over Asia, Australia, and especially Japan. Japan is who I play more than anything else. Hell, let's go take a look real quick in my ranked PvP settings, or statistics here. PvP results by region. You guys are going to love this. North America. I have played against 293 people from the North American region. So you got North America and Canada, and apparently Central America is okay. Anywho, okay, so they don't got this set up by the regions like they do in the KC Cup, but nonetheless, so we got North America, 293 total matches between Canada and United States. Central America, we have 105. Okay, South America, 378. Brazil is very big on Duel Links. It's even bigger than America, apparently. I mean, look at that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I haven't even played anybody barely from North Europe. 5 people. Wow. Western Europe, 163. The Mediterranean, 1. Eastern Europe, only 22 people. North Africa, 12. Now we're getting to the point here, so stay tuned. South Africa, 2. Middle East, 18. Central Asia, we've got 0 somehow. Wow. Russia, we've got 1. East Asia, 1 1,046. 813 from Japan. I almost have more people from Japan alone than everybody else in the world combined, including my own home country of North America. Wow. That is completely unbelievable. And that's just the statistics since they started doing the PvP results by country. This isn't taken into account since day one when I played the game. And this is not taking into account any information from the KC Cup. Otherwise, Japan would be such a ridiculous number compared to everything else that it'd be almost unrealistic. And it goes to show you this game isn't as big as a lot of people think it is. The player base is not as huge as you might think. I've joked about this in the past several times, and I said, go look at Guns Blazing subscriber count. That's a good mark on what the current player base is globally for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And I don't think that I'm too far off to completely, so you can't really disregard that statement because going by those statistics and things like that, I mean, go check your own statistics and you tell me what country have you played the most. And 9 out of 10 people will probably tell you Japan. And that's crazy because this is a globally released game, yet Japan is still holding almost 99% of the total duels, which is insane. But again, that brings me back to the point with the KC Cup Stage 2. How am I supposed to show that I'm the top 5, 600 best player in the KC Cup for my North American region, or even your own home region, wherever you guys are, because we got people from around the world here. When you're playing mostly, every 3 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5 matches against another country, besides the one that's in your region, that is how you're gonna get the statistics for that, Konami. That's not fair to anybody. That's not fair to me. That's not fair to all the players. That's not fair to any of the fans or anybody at home watching when the World Championships go on, whenever that may be. Because your selection process is not indicating what it's supposed to be selecting for. Top in the region means you're the best in your region. Yet you're playing people outside of your region, which then makes you one of the best in the world, not regionally, which isn't what the tournament was isn't what the KC Cup Stage 2 was supposed to be about. So that's just my my big rant on that. But yeah, that's enough of the KC Cup. Now let's dive into some other problems here with the game. So as you know, your boy here, we got King of Games. We're Duel Links level max KC Cup Stage 1. And we did both those pretty early on when they both, basically were ready to go. I got King of Games, I believe, like the end of day 1, early day 2. And then I got Duel Links level max, I think, day 2. And that was with me playing a lot of fun decks in the KC Cup. As you guys saw, we was playing a lot of fun stuff here on streams. But when you get to this point, what do you do now? Nothing. There's nothing to do in this game. You're now dead for the rest of the month. You're bored. You're waiting for events. And then when the events come, they're usually pretty bad anyway for the most part. Like the current Duelathon, which we're going to talk about as well. So what do you do at this point if you're a player? What do you do if you're a Yu-Gi tuber like myself? Anyway, we play Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a lot on here on the channel. What do I do now? I stream. I stream PvP. That's cool. But here's the problem with streaming PvP. People want to see a lot of variety of decks. We showcase those decks. Most of those decks don't do well because people are tryhards, and it's a problem in this game. You can definitely tell there's a lack of game modes and interactivity with this game when you've hit KC Cup max level stage 1 and King of Games, because now you're going to be playing people at King of Games playing meta decks over and over and over again. And it's quite annoying. You're going to see the same 2-3 decks the entire month. I swear, no lie. If you guys want proof, go check any of my streams out. My several hours of streams I've done this month. It's been Cyber Angels, Sylvans, Cyber Angels, Sylvans, back and forth all damn month. Even at King of Games, when people shouldn't have to worry about being tryhards and have fun and play different new unique decks, enjoy life a little bit. Nope, it's still Cyber Angels, Sylvans, Cyber Angels, Sylvans, and now of course Anki's added to that mix. So now you got the same 3 decks being played over and over and over again, and then the occasional Gear Gaia, which honestly, seeing Gear Gaia every once in a while puts a smile on my face because it's like, oh my god, finally it's not the same 2 over and over again. We got at least a different one splashed in there. But that is the current state of the game. That's a problem. The lack of game modes is showing more and more month to month when you're seeing the same 2-3 decks played all day, every day, no matter what rank you're at. You see the same deck being played constantly, day in, day out, and it's annoying. It's boring as fuck. It makes you want to lose interest and stop playing the game as much. And if you haven't noticed, a lot of YouTubers, including myself, have been trying to dip into other kinds of content to try and fill in the gaps between events because there's really nothing interesting going on in the game. And it's very unfortunate because a lot of us enjoy and love this game, but there's only so much that you can do in the game when there's limited things to do in the first place. You play PvP and you farm. You play PvP and you farm. That's it. No story mode, no additional game modes, no filtering system for the duel rooms. They could do all these things. No tag duels yet. Where did those go? They were here, and then they were supposed to come back, and it's been several months. Nothing. There's been no new permanent modes added. Nothing. No new features really added. Nothing. It's been the same game nearly since day one back in October 2016. There's been nothing really significant added to this game to increase its playability. It's, fun and interaction. It's just been nothing. It's a big hole. It's like a big void left in the game, and it's starting to show now. A lot of players are getting worn down, including myself, and I hate doing that because I love bringing you guys Duel Links content, but it's like at a certain point in time, you gotta have something more fresh and unique to do, or you run out, and the game is starting to run out of juice for me personally and a lot of other people, especially from all the people I've spoken to in the Discord. It's just the game is starting to run dry. And when things start running dry, people tend to hop off and go jump on the next eye candy thing that's around the corner. So I'm hoping that Konami's watching this video. They're understanding some of my points. They're understanding some other people's points that I'm sure I've messaged them before. I'm hoping that they're not just looking at the Reddit, because I'm sorry to tell you, Konami, there's a whole big world of players out there, and it's not Reddit, okay? Reddit claims to be the front page of the internet. It's not, okay? There's a lot of other channels that you need to sort through, a lot of other forms of social media, a lot of other Discords, a lot of other communities that love this game, support this game, put money into this game. You need to listen to them as well, not just send an occasional person here and there to look over the Reddit. I'm sorry. That's not going to get you anywhere, and it's going to get you there fast. So please, I know you guys watch my videos every once in a while. I hope you're watching this video and you're taking a lot of this in and seeing what you can do, hopefully, to better this game, because I don't want to see this game die, but you're definitely pushing it in a way to where it's slowly it's regressing. It's in a regression period right now, I feel. You're going to keep unloading new box sets, new metas. That's great. But all you're going to do is just keep rehashing. You're rehashing. Once Sylvans become too broke and you have to release a new broken deck, it's just going to complete a cycle and it's never going to end. So, what's going to be the next Sylvans? What's going to be the next full-powered Cyber Angels pre-nerf? What's going to be all those new broken decks you're going to introduce in the new box sets that's just going to make it be another 2 to 3 decks played over and over and over again, month to month to month? When does the cycle end? Does it ever end? Probably not, but can you at least throw in some new game modes, throw in some new permanent game modes, like story mode, for example? There's 20 plus years of content in anime. You have so many characters and you can't make a story mode? Come on. Ridiculous. Let's go. Come on. Every other game out there, for the most part, has at least a story mode, and you have none. And this game would be so damn successful if it had additional modes, if it had a filtering dual room system to where we can like make custom filters, like things are banned or limited, or certain skills can't be used, or some skills can be used that can't be used in PvP. You can unlimit cards that are used in PvP. You know, all kinds of cool stuff that you can do. You have the foundation. Now you need to get that mold. You need to get that clay, build up something special, release it into the game, and reinvigorate the player base. Reinvigorate me. You know, bring back the passion that I had when the game started. Bring back the passion everybody had when the game started. You know, you don't need to just sit there and worry about money all the time, because when you start worrying about money with a game, and that's the only thing that you look at the game as a cash flow, the game will start dwindling down, because guess what? All of the free-to-play players, all the people that are casual, the majority of your player base starts dipping out, and the only thing you have left now are the pay-to-win whales. That's it. And, you know, then the game just becomes stagnant. You won't bring in any new, fresh meat, I guess you could say, because there'll be nothing left. There'll be nothing left. So please, Konami, please take all that into consideration. All right. Now, another topic we have here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering everything I want to speak about here. All right. So another thing I feel like the game is significantly lacking is, I think the 20 card minimum has to go. I think the 20 card minimum decks has to go. I think it needs to be pushed to 30 minimum. It can't dip below 30. And why do I say that? I'm looking through some of the archetypes that aren't quite here yet that are still able to be used without XYZs, you know, exceed summoning or pendulums or anything like that, or even link summons, but literally just regular ritual fusion monster summons. These archetypes that aren't even here yet that could really hurt the game, even worse than the current Sylvan situation or even the pre-nerf Cyber Angels, especially when synchros eventually drop in the game, which I feel is inevitable at this point. I think it will be here either sometime before the end of this year or early next year. And so those are things you got to take into account. And a 20 card deck, you know, people are getting their combos off way too often, too early, and some decks are just way too consistent. If you would push the card limit to 30, those decks would not be as broken or as busted or as consistent as they are now, allowing for a little bit more versatility in the meta, for a little bit more balance in the meta, and a lot less people just getting to the point where they just see a deck and they just click surrender. That's not a good game when you just see a certain deck and you just click surrender, because you already know their deck is so consistent, their deck is so busted, that as soon as you see it, if you don't have anything of relevancy in your starting hand to even combat it or even to try to have a chance to come back, you just click surrender. That's not a good game when you just are clicking surrender to end a duel. I'm sorry. I know a lot of competitive players may not like to hear that, but at the end of the day, doing things like that do hurt the game, and they do hurt the longevity. Even a pay-to-win player, just because you have a broken-ass deck and you think you're on top of the world, remember, next time when you run that broken deck and all those people keep clicking surrender on you and you're having a big smile on your face, remember one day that could be the end of the game. Remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind. All you pay-to-wins out there, right? I don't care who you are. Big YouTuber, small YouTuber, no YouTuber at all, Twitch streamer, whatever. Somebody who just is an average Joe casual player but spends money. Keep this in mind, guys. The more broken the game gets, and the more excited you guys get about those broken metas, keep in mind, the more you butcher the game, you butcher players, that's more players that are heading out the door, making the player base smaller and smaller and smaller to a point where it's going to be whale versus whale. And you guys are not going to like the game when it's whale versus whale all the time, every day, all day. And it's getting to that point, I feel, already, if you're especially trying to play competitively. But I definitely just think some of those things need to be addressed. They need to be looked over, at least, you know, get into a boardroom meeting or something. Go over the financials, you know, go over some features and see what you can do to kind of twist it around and make the game, you know, feel fresh and alive again. You know, it doesn't need to stay nostalgic forever. You know, we got our nostalgia trip all through 2017, basically. You know, we can still move forward. We can still evolve the game, but you need to do it in a way that both your free-to-play, your pay-to-wins, your casuals, whatever, are all on like not level playing fields, but at least in the same realm of each other. Not such a huge gap to where people just start dropping off. We don't need that to happen. We want the game to have longevity. And as you guys know, in mobile games, they usually last about 3 to 4 years and then they're gone. A lot of you don't know this, but this game is already entering into year 2 as soon as October hits. It'll be year 2 officially, January non-officially if you want to go by the global release. So we are approaching already nearly half this game's lifespan. So I just want to kind of throw that out there. So some things to think about, guys. A lot of you may not have been thinking about things like this, but it's definitely a constant. It's going to be there, always in the back of your mind. I just wanted to bring this to the surface and see if we can't, as a community, do something to get better. But that's more or less most of the things I wanted to talk about, like the future of dueling, stuff like that. That'd be maybe be another video. There's a lot of other things I'd like to see improved in this game. There's still some things that they've improved that I'd like to be improved further. And there's some things such as the ban list that has nothing on it, which is ridiculous. The semi-limited list and limited list that have barely anything on it, and some things on it need to be taken off. Why is Champ's Vigilance still banned when Sylvans exist? You know what I mean? Why is Spirit, still semi-limited when Sylvans exists and Cyber Angels like that exist? It's like, it don't make much sense to me because those cards are nowhere near as, deteriorating to the game's health as the current situation with the current meta. Like, Sylvans were a big hit on the game. No lie. A lot of people are just making mockery and memes and jokes for people who play Sylvans because it's become that bad to where you just have to laugh at it to not hate it. And that's not good. So hopefully Rose Lover gets hit soon or something. You do something with that deck. And a lot of people's like, well, you can counter with this and that. You can say the same thing about every deck in Duel Links, so don't give me that shit. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my rant here. I hope I went over a lot of things that some of you may have wanted to have addressed by either a YouTuber or just somebody to publicly say it in general. Hopefully I touched some of the topics that you guys wanted to hear here. There's probably a lot more stuff I could talk about, but I don't want to make the video any longer than it already is. It's already a good 27 plus minutes long, so we're trying to keep it there. Hope you guys all enjoy. I will have another video coming, I think, later today. It'll be showcasing a new zombie deck that I put together that I thought was pretty cool. It was pretty fun to play. But anyway, so hope you guys all enjoy. Subscribe if you're new again, become an Impact player. Join our Discord in the description below. Let me know what you guys feel. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this whole thing. What you guys think about the current state of the game is. What do you guys feel the future holds for Duel Links? Do you think Konami's doing a good job? Do you think they could do better? I want to hear all that and more in the comment section below. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. Until then, peace.